Hey everybody, this is Stratagem, and today we're going to do something completely different, which hopefully will not end in a disaster. Over on DeviantArt, I've been asked a few times about if I can help people with vectoring pictures, and really I don't know why people ask me, because, well, I'm not that great an artist. I actually do not consider myself an artist. I'm just a guy who, well, read a few tutorials and started tracing still shots from the show and vector them. Anyway, apparently people are interested to know what I do or whatever, want some sort of tutorial. And yeah, while I may not be qualified to do this, I'm going to do it anyway, so I can see what I do. How to make a vector, even if you have no idea what the hell you're even doing. For this I'll be using Inkscape, and yeah, going to record this. Now, as you may just have heard, my keyboard is pretty loud, so I will try not to use too many keyboard shortcuts, so that I won't have to edit the audio too much afterwards. So yeah, expect some weird audio, and sorry about that. Anyway, I'm using Inkscape version 0.9.1, 0.91, no additional dots there. Yeah. Yeah. I already decided on the picture I want to vectorize. This will be the 100th. This will be my 100th deviation over on DeviantArt. Yeah, but for now we're only going to do Shining Armor. So he will be the number 100. Cadence probably 101. And that guy here, Spearhead, 102. The entire thing, 103. And you can add +1 to all of them, because I forgot I already made my 100th deviation. And I forgot to do something special for it. So yeah, I'm an idiot. So anyway, start off by importing a screenshot into Inkscape. Can here with the import function, or just open with Inkscape. Yeah, I guess I don't need to explain how to do this. So what I like to do is, after putting it on its own layer here, I called it layer raster, or could also call it layer 1 or whatever. I like to start out by enlarging this thing a bit. No special reason, this doesn't need to be done, but I like to draw bigger lines, so I don't have to deal with oh, this other line has to be like 0.3 pixels smaller. I mean, what in the hell is a fraction of a pixel even supposed to be? I don't like that. So yeah, I do scale it up to 400%. Important, press this thing, activate it. So we scale both the width and the height accordingly. So now we lock this layer, as we don't need it anymore. So I'd like to create a new layer. I'll call it Shining. I give all the characters their own layers, which will come to bite me in the ass because of the overlap with Spearhead's arms, front hooves, which are in the foreground, while the rest of him is in the background. I don't know how to make this. Anyway, the reason why I'll start with Shining Armor is because, well, he doesn't have a shitty cutie mark like his wife. And he doesn't have that stupid scarf here, which will be a pain in the ass to do. So yeah, I'm starting with Shining Armor because he will be the easiest, which is good for the purpose of this video. So next thing I do my lines on a different layer than the colors. That's just something I do. So call this layer S lines for shining armor lines or shining lines, whatever. Just so I don't have layers lines 1, 2, 3, 100,000 when I do the lines for the other characters. So now I will change my music. Yeah, that's better. And also I'm hoping that this thing is not recording my audio output. That would be problematic because YouTube and music, yeah, not a good idea. So anyway, let's just start with the Bezier tool, and I usually start my lines with green or the slime color here, which looks dreadful, but at least I know where I'm at. So let's see, guess we're starting here with the body, and here is the center point of the line. So do a point here, and we set it to a smooth node, and yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see. Yeah, I can do this probably. We can make this work. We can make this work. Put it like this. Nah. Yes, yes. Yeah, I think that's acceptable. Yeah, that is acceptable. Let's lower the opacity here. Yeah. Usually work with lowered opacity, so I can see how the vector line looks in relation to the original. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yes, that's okay. Bit here, and yeah, that is okay. Now the edges here are a bit well, screwed up, but I'm not going to fix that since we won't be able to see those anyway. So let's go for the leg here. Back leg, easy, just one line. And yeah, you see I'm doing my lines are at a thickness of 30. Yeah, that works here. If it were too thick or too thin, would have to tinker a bit with it. But yeah, I've already said it, so I knew that this would kind of work. Dear Lord, I'm slurring my words. Yeah, but I worked on something with a very similar size, very similar scaling, line thickness, and I knew that this would kind of work. Yeah, that looks good. Is it smooth? Yes, it's smooth. Now here we have a first little problem. Slightly, yeah. Doesn't have to be exactly like on the original raster image, because, well, you won't be, or let's say I won't be able to recreate it perfectly, so it doesn't matter. Also, there are oftentimes animation errors and stuff like that in these still images, as well, it's not intended for still images, it's intended to work as a fluid animation. So there are sometimes little errors, so it's okay if it's not perfect. Now here we have the problem that this gets smaller, this line gets smaller to the end, and yeah, we can't do this with a regular stroke, so we do it stroke to path or Control Alt C. Yeah, so now this is turned into a path. Yes, it's turned into a path. Yeah, so we can now change things here, and what we want to do is zoom in a bit, put one here, yeah, let's say here, and there. Now we mark this, we hold Shift, mark the other node. Now we hold Control and press Delete, and there we go. It's now nicely ending, tapering into a point. maybe do some adjustments. Oh, not like this. Oh, that is terrible. Oh, dear Lord, we don't want that to happen. Now, one thing to avoid this is making this a corner node. So I can now change this, but this leads to very sharp corners, which is not exactly what we want here. Oh, didn't want that either. Smoothing again. Just add another node here, and we can then have some small adjustments. Yes, I think that's good. Maybe, oh, no, another node as well. Yeah, though, no, I don't think. Yes, I think that's okay. Let's put this here and make this disappear. Yes. Now let's make them smooth. And yes, this is acceptable. We need this a bit thicker, a little bit just. Yes, this doesn't look too bad, does it? It's important, you kind of want the lines to have a consistent thickness, else things start to look weird. So there's sometimes a bit of tinkering. For that I deactivate the raster layer and just try to make the things look right the way they are as a vector. Just ignore the original and tinker a bit thinner, I think. Yes, that looks fine. Maybe a bit. Yes, this is better. That's better. Yes, that's pretty accurate. And it looks okay. And I already saw this is a bit screwed up, so we do Control Alt and Z. So now we turned this into a path as well, and it looks like a complete clusterfuck. Let's change its color so we can see it, and do it at the top. Here with the home button, we put it on the highest Z layer. Yeah, it looks terrible, so let's fix this a bit up. We don't need this node, so let's just delete it. I should have held Shift while I did that. Control rather. Yeah, that's fine. These will be the same color, so we don't see that this. No one will actually see that this is a bit dirty. Fine. Let's go to the next point. Let's do, oh yeah, of course, the fat locks here. This will be a great thing. So, we do it like this. Yeah, I don't, whoopsie, no fill. Yes, thank you, sir. Yeah, I'll stop at the end of the image. I could add in the rest of his hoof to make it a bit, well, more organic, I think. But this would also mean that I have to enlarge every part of the image, or rather extend them. And yeah, I'm not feeling confident enough to do this, because yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just tracing things. So yeah, if you're a proper artist, if you know how to draw a pony from just by looking at references or from memory, then go ahead and do it, make it complete, make it better. But I can't do that. I can't do it very well, so I'm not going to. Okay, this is awful. This is super awful. As we can see, this here has to be way more rounded. This one has to be way more pointed. And yes, we won't be able to do this with just a Bezier curve. So let's turn it into a path. and let's start tinkering about. So let's put one here, this will be deleted, hold Control, and this looks a lot better, yes, but make this a bit tighter. God damn it, I'm slurring my words today. It's too late in the day. No, we didn't want to do this, just these two. Make them, oh, they already were. I'm an idiot. So make this one also smooth. Yes, that looks a lot better. Raster, yes. It doesn't look too bad. Put this slightly here. Yes. Bit more here. Yeah. This needs to be a lot more pointed. And there we go. Let's say we make one here because we want it to curve nicely. Let's delete without the Control button. Doesn't look good. And I apologize, I realize I'm hitting the keyboard shortcuts way more than I wanted to, but yeah, I kind of have to do that. I just remembered you have to use Control to zoom in with the mouse wheel, so sorry about that. I'll probably edit most of the keyboard sounds out. So now here this has to be a bit more rounded. Let's just try what happens if we delete that last note. Yeah, it's more rounded now, but not exactly the way we want it. Let's make this shorter. Yeah, this is better. Maybe shorten this, remove these two. Yep. And there we go. That's not too shabby. That's actually pretty much in line with the original. Yeah. Not bad. Now you see, this here is a bit too thick. I think we can make this a bit thinner. Moving this note. Moving this note. Yes. Yes. Maybe delete this note. Yeah, that's not really needed. Smoothen these again. It's a bit more direction. Always remember to hit the note, not the line itself. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. So easy modo now. I switch the color now for reasons. Yes. Switch color to fuchsia because the hoof will be in a different color, and that way I kinda keep the overview here. I know green will be the main outline, fuchsia will be then the dark blue hoof outline, and yeah. So we need this. Yes. So it closes here. Yes. Maybe a bit closer to the edge. Yes. That's good. Now, important thing. We want this to be below the fat locks. So we press the page down key, or just press the what's it called? The end key to move it to the very bottom. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, we can barely make out what this might become. So more parts, and back to green it is. So click here, easy. Here we have the, yeah, don't even need additional notes, so we can just do this like here. And now this one will have to be turned into a path again. Yeah, let's put this like here. make another node. Let's always try to use as little nodes as possible so the image becomes smoother, but sometimes you have to use nodes, so just don't do node, 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 node. That's bad. That's makes the image very, well, let's say pixelated. It's not exactly the right term, as this is vector graphics and not raster-based graphics, but yeah, it will look very, well, edgy. Well, not exactly edgy, but it will have a lot of edges in it, and it will look shit. And I have to do another music switch. Okay, now I can continue. Yeah, maybe I should have made a better playlist, but whatever. I was lazy. So, another leg. Now, this one is a bit weird. The background legs usually have a different colorization than the foreground legs. Doesn't have in this situation. So I think I'll just go with the standard colors adhering to the source image here. Don't know if this is an animation error or if this is actually intended. No, but that is the same color actually. I'll just keep it like that. I'll change my opinion like 20 times over the course of the night anyway, so who cares? So, since we're here, I wanted to talk about my channel as well, because why not? Let's have a little bit of status update stuff. Is the video even recording? Yes, it's recording. Just just had to check this here. No. Undo. Want to do with control pressed. Yeah, it's better. Great. Oh yeah, little tip here. In this situation, I love to do like 2 nodes. One here, yes, and the other one there, because it's getting smaller here. Now, this is looks really unclean, but it's the same color as this, so no one will even see it, and you have a nice, smooth looking line. So yeah, it's not perfectly rounded as it should be, but no one will be the wiser. I am such a cheater. Yes, I wanted to talk about my channel for a second. I am in the process of finalizing the script for the scripts, plural, for the episode reviews. I still have to record a lot of them, and of course rendering the videos, which will take forever. So it'll take some more time, but I'm working on it. I haven't forgotten it. Also, there will soon be more reaction videos, because those are surprisingly easy to make. Scripted videos take a lot more time and effort, I tell you that. So they take longer. So I'm doing more reactions. Also, let's have to some bit. No, that looks weird. Yeah, gonna need more notes here. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the movie style a bit. Yes, that ties both my YouTube channel and my DeviantArt together. You may remember I did some pictures in the movie style. Did some images in the movie style, and dear lord, that movie style is hard to emulate with vectors. They have changed quite a bit from how they do the ponies there, and it's difficult to do. the outlines are a lot thinner. There are way more gradients and stuff. Transparency, like Spike's fins are kind of transparent now, which is yeah, a pain in the ass since I don't know the exact color value. And yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. But I have to say, I actually kind of like the movie style. It's really growing on me. And yeah, I'll probably do some more movie style at some point. Maybe even some Equestria Girls movie style. Because yes, I've actually watched the first Equestria Girls movie after like 3 or 4 years. I also recorded a blind commentary some yeah, it's actually a few weeks ago now, but since it's a rather long video, it will take forever to encode that video. So, and yeah, then of course there's the problem that YouTube will probably content ID me, so not sure how I'll actually do with that. But yeah, maybe there will be a Stratagem reacts to the first Equestria Girls movie. Not going to say my opinion on it now, because that will definitely be its own video with all its plot holes and nonsensical stuff. Yeah. So anyway, you see I've made Shining's bag a bit longer here because, well, we'll start with a solo picture of Shining, so we won't be able to see Spearhead's arm there. So I kind of have to guesstimate how dear Lord, how his back actually moves here. I guess it's kind of like this. The neck doesn't have to be precise because we won't see it because of the mane. So yay, thanks for the mane. So now for the heads. The heads are actually quite clean ovals. So let's start like this. That's too small. Let's make it a bit bigger. Warning: if you do this actually, if you use the arrows here, this makes the line thicker because it just scales it up. So remember to make the lines thinner afterward, or just use the buttons here. But yeah, whatevs. Can do it however you want. I prefer to do it with the arrows because if you click the line, damn it, if you click the line here, you get these and you can rotate it, which is what we need to do here for a bit. Yes, that's not too bad. Let's scale it a bit less, yeah, a bit more here. Yes, that looks pretty good. Maybe a bit closer to here. Yeah, a bit bigger. A bit smaller here. And yes, we are getting close. Yes. No, damn it. Yeah, that's okay, I think. Maybe a little bit on the left. Kinda, sorta. Yes. Kinda, sorta like that. Let's see. This one is still, oh dear Lord, that is dirty. Let's get this into the foreground. Ooh, that looks awful. It uses way too many nodes, so let's just select them and just get rid of them. Here we go. That's a lot better. So this doesn't close nicely, so we put this a bit up here. Yes, delete this one. And there we go. Now it looks clean. Perfect. Now this thing is of course a bit too long, but yes, This is good. That way we don't have to turn this one into a path. Can leave it at a regular Bezier line. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, I can make this a bit. Yes. And set it back to 30. Yes. I'll leave it at that. That's okay. Let's save again. I'll be saving a hell lot. Inkscape does autosaves, and at least on Linux it doesn't crash very often, but better safe than sorry. So now the ears. It's important the ears are not pointed. So they are not like this. They don't, like here, not pointy, not bat ears or anything like that. Even if we shape them up a bit, it's still too pointy. Most ponies' ears don't look like that. Change the color for... Nah. Change the color for a spell here. So, as you guessed, you have to do this with the smooth again. And now it looks like everything except for an ear. That's just awful. So we tinker about with this. And most likely it won't work like this. Nah. It's pretty good actually. So we have to move the point a bit, the node. It's oftentimes the node will not be at the zenith point here of the ear. So it won't be at the tip, but rather a bit off to the left or right. But yeah, it works. That looks okay. Maybe a little bit more like this, and a bit more, yes, that looks fine. Yeah, that looks fine, I guess. So let's make it green again, and yeah, as I thought, it's a bit too much. Oh dear lord, careful. Just one or two pixels, and there we go. One ear. We need another ear, and we're almost done with the outline here. Now that this is a good picture I choose here, it's rather simple to do, I guess. No fill color, god damn it. Yes, no. Yeah, I specifically choose this picture and this shining armor because it should be relatively easy, relatively quick to do. And oh damn, I see there might be an audio desync, god damn it. Oh well. Whatever. Probably fix this in post-production. That sounds professional. Yeah. Now this ear here doesn't connect, but I'm just going to leave it at that because there will be a main. This of course means I won't be able to use this as a base, but I'm not working with bases because I have no idea how to properly make them, so yeah, that's that. The horns as well aren't that pointy, for most unicorns at least. Some have rather pointy horns, notable Nightmare Moon and not Solar Flare, what's her face? Daybreaker, they got rather pointy horns. And of course, a lot of OCs have edgy pointed horns. Yes. Rounded. This is also a trick I like to do, just delete the node at the point, rather do two nodes at the sides first, then delete the node at the point, and you will have a more rounded result. So let's check, is this, yes, this works. So Now let's just do the inner lines. Now this here is so rounded, so pointy that I'm not going to do this with a single bezier. I'm not going to do this and then edit this, and this won't do. So I'll be doing a different way. Do 1, 2, 3 points. Nodes. It's not points. It's these things are called nodes. Now we change the thickness to 1 and try to make like this, and this one a bit deeper. Now this kind of looks like the outline of this, so we give it a fill color and we remove the stroke color. I said we remove the stroke color. God damn it. Yeah. And there we go. This is also helpful because it's probably a bit thinner than the outlines. So yeah. Fun fact, for my very first images I actually did all my outlines that way because I didn't know you could actually turn Bezier curves into paths. So yeah, I actually did it all that way. It took forever and the lines were very unclean. And yeah, easy mode. 2 nodes and we have this here inline. It looks good. Good enough. Good enough for me. I'm not trying to submit to the MLP Vector Club. Which, no offense to them, they actually have some really good artists doing some really good stuff, but I'm not up to their quality standards, so I'm not even going to try. Also, I'm not using their swatches, so that's another thing. I spent so much time on doing my own swatches, and then I see, oh, these guys actually have pretty accurate ones for most of the characters. And I was like, God damn it. No, you spent so much work on your own swatches. You're going to use them, you're not going to use theirs. Since I'm not trying to submit to that club, it's no problem. And I have to change the music again. Yes, that's better. Yeah, sorry about that. No, you can't see what I'm playing. That would be weird. Everyone would be judging my awesome music taste, and I don't need that. Another line and this one here. Now you may have probably noticed a little problem here that will occur, and that is, I said I have my colors on a different layer than the outlines, and you see, well, the header's way too big. It would be, but this part here and all this can't be seen. What do? Yeah, it's easy. We do again change our lanes. We will make a clip that's kind of like a mask, but apparently something else. First off, we start a rough outline around here. Yeah, that's fine. No, that's not fine. We have to the other way around. We see we have this very thin line here. We mark this. We mark our head part here. We'll use set clip. And that did absolutely nothing. Or did it? What happens if we change this? Ooh. Yes, we can define, basically we define a border, and we define an outline for this. So I make this along the go away, you suck. Define this along the lines of the main here. This. And there we go. Now the oval is still intact, it's completely here, but we hide some parts of it. bit higher, and God, that be a regular node, you piece of crap. That's better. Same goes for you. Become a normal node. Normal. That way. Yes. Yeah. So they. So you can still use regular circle tool, oval here, without. And you still don't have it overlapping in areas that it doesn't have to. So we do the same thing for the ear. I'll do like this part, and yeah, perfect. Both of them, and set clip. You can also set mask. That does something different, and I have no idea what it does. I think it's just the things that actually overlap, which is not helpful for us. Also, let me show you a common error. Now we have this outline here. Let's do this. Make this a bit bigger here for a second so you can see it. Now, what happens if we put this to a lower z-axis? So, I said put it to a lower z-axis. No, please, don't do what I tell you. Oh, I had the width here marked, so if I do page up, page down, it actually changes that. So I have to select here again. Try this again. So now this one is below the ear layer, and what will happen if we actually do set clip now? Yeah, shit happens, because the layer that is the item that is on top becomes the clip thing, and the one that is on bottom is the one that gets clipped, I think. Yeah, so always do with the top layer, and it's it doesn't matter what color you do this and what thickness. It will actually turn it into a about 1 pixel thick. Always 1 pixel thick, no matter how much you zoom in here. It stays at this thickness, and it becomes green. So yeah, that way you know it's not a visible thingy. Oh, and if it isn't shown, show clipping pairs. You can hide them. This is especially useful because you can also use this for groups. So if I do things in a group, like let's say I have the horn here, all these lines make up the horn. So I could say group it. So now this is, I can use this as one item. Can do like, that was a bad idea. Can change all the colors at once without having to mark it separately. Yeah. So I can also do could also do a clip for the entirety of the horn. I won't do that because I don't have to, as I've selected the main in a way, or rather I ended it before here, right? I ended them right inside the main, so the main outline will just hide it. So enough talking, let's actually get back to the last parts here. There's again, of course, the lower eyelids. Again, set it to 1. And yeah, like this. Great. And again, I usually change them to have no outline, and instead just use the fill. That makes it easier to change color, because if you still have the outline, I'll just show you. So so let's have this one with both, and this one with no outline. So if I want to change the color to let's mark both. I want to change the color to red. Well, that looks okay, but dang, now we have to change the outline as well. So that's 2 clicks. And of course you have the usual problems with the outline, that it's sometimes a bit jagged or overly pointed. So let's get back to green. So yeah, either do curves and use them, like here, this is a curve stroke, or have paths like this one where you have just the fill color. Anyway, and of course now I have here fill is changed. No, it's the other way around. Yes. No, I think we will need more here. Let's have this. Yeah, we can do this with just one node. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, damn it. Damn it. Let's use another one. Remove this. Make them smooth again. And it works. That looks fine. Yeah. Also, since I'm added the miter limit, this decides whether or not your lines will be pointy at the end. Well, rather the cap decides this. Let's zoom in. Great, now they look the same. Oh wait, that's cap, that's wrong, the join. See, now this is rounded. Now this is cut off. In this case it's the same. And now we have the join here. It's not the miter join. Doesn't look too good, does it? Let's change this. Let's add it. Oh, now we have a very long. We have a very long pointy thing. Actually, don't set it to 50. That will be that will be very bad, because you will get things that look like. Because you will get these very, 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 very insanely long thingies, and you probably don't want that. Yeah, the miter limit decides how far you can go before it stops doing that. No, not 220, and it's cut off. So usually it's around 5 or so, and that's usually okay. If you need more, you can add it. And that's another point with the outline versus no outline. So let's actually change this back to have really, really extreme one. Yes. So this is probably not what you want in most cases. Sometimes you want it, but most likely not. But if we do this like this, that looks quite different. Outline versus the actual color. Yeah. So if you're working with miters, there will be huge difference in between using outlines or not using outlines. So like this. What happens if we hide the out? Now this is ugly. This is cut off. What happens if we hide the outline? Oh, now it's nicely pointed. So yeah, that's sometimes it might be useful to keep the outline, but usually having no outline means you will have a more granular control about the looks of it. And I'm on the raster layer, and luckily I actually locked it so I can actually draw on it. God damn it, this happens so often to me, it is a nightmare. Now, nose can actually be done with, usually with 2. Let's see, maybe we will actually round it. Oh, that is a nice circle. That is not what we wanted. That is horrible. That's just plain awful. let's add it like this, and yeah, this is nicely rounded, but it's also not exactly. So these are two ways to do them. The other one will be with 2 points, 2 edge nodes. So yeah, you can see the difference. This one is way more smooth, way more round. This is more pointed, but if we do it without the outline, you see the difference isn't that strong anymore. It's not that super pointed anymore. Yeah, I guess it's mostly a matter of personal preference, but for the sake of cleanliness, I'm actually going to go with the with the smooth lines and 3 points here. I want the third one here. Ooh. Kinda, sorta, like this. Maybe I need even more ones here. Put it like this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm happy with that, but actually it kind of looks like the original, doesn't it? Maybe a bit more to the here. A bit tighter. No, actually it kind of looks like the original now. It's a bit thick around here, but we can make this less so. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good. Yes, you probably noticed I'm not used to talking while drawing. I usually only have very few select commentaries, and they are not fit to be recorded anywhere. Yeah. Anyway, we're done with the colored outlines, with the main outline. Now we press Control Shift and W, and yoo-hoo, we're at the swatches. So for swatches, I already have for many of the characters, as well as for Shining Armor. Now, if you don't have swatches, you can actually download them, like for example on the. No, I didn't draw there. Actually, I had this unlocked. You can actually download them from the MLP Vector Club, for example. They have swatches for everything, and their swatches are pretty accurate. So, if you don't want to make your own, I actually would suggest you take theirs. I think I'll just link to their site in the description. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Otherwise, you can make your own ones, like I did, or you can just grab from the image. Yeah, let's do that for a second. So we deactivate our own stuff. Make a new layer. No, not inside the group. God damn it! Have a new layer here. Let's make. That's great. So we pick the color dropper tool, and then select this thing while you have the color dropper selected. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Go. I did not mean to do that. Zoom in, press down Shift, and select the color you want. In this case, it's the outline. And I'm an idiot. You don't hold Shift to select the outline. God damn it. You press and hold the mouse button. Zoom a bit. So you get several. So you get a nice area of the wanted color. Yeah. And now it looks like this again. go away outliner. So and then you can use this as a color reference, and you also do this to create swatches. So you can see the color is now, here's the RGB code, HTML code, so to say. And here are the colors in numbers. And if you want to make your own swatches, let me show you. And I'll be cutting out the audio right now. Yeah, you have to make a GIMP palette tool for Inkscape. This will be in, and again, cut the audio. Great. This kind of looks like this. It says GIMP palette, then the name of the palette. And then you can just do this for characters. So for Shining Armor, we would change the outline to 155, 158, 176 or something like that. It's just from one screenshot, so it's probably not very accurate. Yeah. And do this for every single color that character has. This one is here for Apple Bloom, so we have the, yeah, that's a lot of work to do these actually by hand. So let's best not do that. So just use some that are actually done, because doing them yourself is quite a piece of work. And actually, let's see how close this is to the swatch I use. Yeah, those are pretty close. Minor differences, yeah, that just happens. And actually, no, this is actually the swatch I did myself. It's not from the Vector Club. Yeah, whatever. Yes. I'm kind of sort of confused as to what I'm doing. Ah yes, back to the other ones. Now I have to do these separately because, damn it, those are paths. Those are paths. The other ones were just Bezier curves. So this time I have to do the fill color instead of the outline color. That's a path. Dang it. Fill color. Yeah, that's why I usually do these with different colors as well. No. Yes. And again, I forgot to do something. This one here, I don't have this in my swatch file, as you can see. And it's not exactly the same as the main outline. So we have to, I have to do a bit of tricksing here. Select this and then put the opacity to 0. And then select here a nice sample. And in this case we would have had to press Shift. But screw you, we just copy it. No fill color. And there we go. Dear Lord, that is dark. Is it really that dark? Oh wait. Yes, that's kinda, that looks pretty correct. And now that we're here, we see some errors. Like, that's not good. That ends way too late. So I'm just going the easy way out, turning this into a path. Did the wrong keyboard again. That's right. Put one here, remove this one. There we go. I'll keep it like that, no one will notice. Yeah. So we have this now with the correct colors. Next part, I'm going for the main. And again, I'm doing start with a different color because that makes it a lot easier to actually see it. Let's just do it different this way. Let's imagine I actually start with the main outline color here. So then doing the main like this. Okay. We'll hide our node here and one there. And kind of sort of like this. Adjust the thickness. And well, damn, can't really see it. So that is the reason why I use disgusting popping colors so I can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Let's put it like this. I have to do with the point here. And yes, this time I actually mean the point, not the node. So it gets the right pointiness. Shining Star is rather pointy at the edges, so I'm keeping it like that. Yes, this is good, this is good. Yeah. I do my notes here inside, or rather behind the horn. That way no one sees if they are not so super clean. Like this. Yeah, see, this one is way too isn't smooth enough, but no one will be able to see it since it will be hidden behind the horn. That makes working a bit easier. So that's the way we do it here. This is really ugly, but who cares? So first off, we see there are some problems. While it should be above the horn layer, it should not be above the horn here. It's above. Let's show the raster. You can see this is above the horn. Or is it? Wait a sec. I'm confused now. No, it's actually completely behind the horn. I'm an idiot. Great. So we move this to the lowest z-axis. That's good. Nice. That's wrong, because it needs to be this one further into the background. Into the background, I say. Why aren't you doing this? Get you into the foreground. Did I? No, I didn't. One in the oh yes. The mistake is this one is in the shining layer, not in the S-lines layer. Dang it. So we do cut, select this one, paste in place, and there we are. Now we want this below the horn layer, so we get the horn layer into the foreground. That's good, but it's not good enough, because yeah, this shouldn't be overlapping. So you know what to do. We have to do the clipping again. Oh, what am I doing? This is weird. It's all terrible. Let's just set the clip. Now we're talking. Yes, hide it like this. We hide everything that's hidden by the horn. Yeah, as you can see, you can't see that pointy thing here. Can't see it anymore because it's hidden. Haha. That's the way we wanted it. And I see what we have to change here. Yes, put it like this. There are way too many points. That was kind of dumb. But who cares? I certainly don't. Because it's fixed now. Yes. Oh dear Lord, I really wanna... whatever. No one will be the wiser. So we do this one here will be a separate one. And yeah, this ends really pointy, so I think I'm doing it with the outline technique. Oh, that is a lot of work. I'll change the color for spell here. Yes, red. So we have this one, starts here, ends there. So that's the inner one. This, yes, it's okay. And the other one ending here. Again, we want to keep these two as what's it called, corner nodes, edge nodes, because we actually want it to be rather pointy here, because, well, his hair is pointed at this situation. So yeah, let's trace the outlines here. This one, maybe here, maybe there. Yes, that's good. That works. That works. Another inner part, outer part. Let's put it like this, a bit lower. This is a bit of tinkering required. I think we'll make this a smooth node. Oh, that's not too bad. Didn't change too much. No. This is a bit of, yeah. But this doesn't look too bad, does it now? No, I think that's good. And turn it into a proper path. That's good. That's good. It's a bit on the flat part here. I don't like that. I think I'll fix this by deleting this node. No. Regularly deleting this node, and yeah. Now it looks a bit more organic, which is in line with the original. No, it's not too pointy here, I think. Oh, I think that's okay. Is it? Yeah. That's fine. So, already half done with the main RV now. This tool is a piece of crap. It always draws black lines, and it's a freehand tool. This is probably great if you are using a pad, graphic tablet, but I don't use that. I do own one, but it's not with me at the moment. Doesn't matter. I do own a tablet, but I don't use it, and I have no idea why I actually bought it, because I can't draw. Yeah, there was an idea of maybe I can try to learn drawing. The answer is no. No, I can't. I think I'm physically unable to. So that was a waste of money. But who cares? Mistakes were made. So, but yeah, if you actually have a drawing tablet and can draw, maybe that freehand tool is of use to you? I don't know. I don't know how you make vectors with that. It's probably a lot of tinkering and maybe more work than it's actually worth. So yes, I'm using a mouse, or rather I'm using a trackball here for this drawing, tracing, vectoring, whatchamacallit. Yes, that's good. So now we have this problem that this isn't pointy enough here. We could try increasing the miter, and that works surprisingly well. This works really surprisingly well in this case. You know what? We'll leave it at that. It's good. It works. So now we have to guesstimate how his main will look behind Spearhead's arm, front hoof. Just start like this, very simple. Maybe like this. I think it would look like this. Now I would love to have a reference here, but of course I don't. God damn it. I'll just leave it at that. I think that's good. Now put this a bit lower. Lower. Yes. So we want it above the neckline here, but below the head. Now we have to add a clip thingy, and I used the wrong tool. I have to use the clip thingy for the back line here, for the ass, so to say. But easy mode, we have select this, select both of them, damn it. Set clip, and just have it align with the main, and there we go. Yeah. Is there more of the main? No, we're done with the main. Let's go for the tail, which is, well, more of the same. And yeah, I will do this with multiple lines actually. Start this one. This will be a path. Let's put a note here to make it life easier for us. We could probably do without that note, but this will mean more tinkering and I'm not in the mood for that. Yeah, I'll just ignore this for now and turn it into a proper path. Like this. Remove this. Is this smooth? Perfect. This one pulled here, adjusting, and this one we put in a completely different place. Looks wrong. It is wrong until we make this one line here. That's the thing. Many lines, many parts of lines are not visible in the end product, so we can cheat a bit on them, make life easier for ourselves. And really, why shouldn't we? I'd hoped I wouldn't have to turn this into a path, but do it anyway. Yeah, it makes it easier. First off, we'll cut this here. Looks awful, but nobody can see it. Ah, wonderful. Put this here, like this. Maybe one here. Mark this, and there we go. Doesn't look too bad. Make these ones into smooth ones. Oh, what is smooth already? I think that's fine. That's fine. You can't see it, but I'm tilting my head here, looking at it from different perspectives. There's probably a more professional way to do it, but I don't care. Oh, that is not good. Maybe a little bit. Oh well, I think that's okay. Let's try this one. Ooh, great. It's actually probably better than we needed. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. Does this actually, yeah, it connects properly. I don't like this. This is a bit too... Oh, wait. This is not a smooth line, is it? Yes, it is. Let's see what happens. Yes. Yes, I like this a bit better. I want it a bit more smooth here. That's fine. So we do the last line or the last two lines. Yeah, I think the last line. We'll connect it. And here, oh damn it! I hate when this happens. Actually, move the mouse when clicking. That makes the node a bit well curved already, and I don't want that. I don't want that. So here we go. Curve like this, like this. Probably like that, or maybe so. I don't know. Let's turn these two into smooth lines, and yes, it's not too bad. I think we need another one here, like this, like this. And oh yes, we don't have to turn it into a... I don't want to turn it into another path, so that's completely inside the path, as you can see. So we don't have that little 1 pixel standing over and ruining everything for the people who zoom into extreme close-ups on every pixel to check if they're correct. Who would do that? Except for me. Nah, that's fine, that's fine. Make it like this. A bit more down. Yes, and have to move this node a bit. Alright, that node is really causing problems. Make this a bit... No, I want the handle here. You can either move the handlebars of a node, so it's like this, or you can click this and pick the line and move it like that. Both are valid options. Probably have a bit more fine control over it if you use the handles, but whatever floats your boat. Yes, we could actually make this a bit prettier, so we can so we could make the image a bit bigger to have his tail completely here. That would be nice, but I don't feel like it, or maybe I don't know. Let's see if it is a lot of work. Delete this. Maybe must be longer. Why am I doing this? Yeah, kinda like this. Yeah. So that way we could actually export to here if I had made the hoofs longer, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that was an exercise in pointlessness, but just it goes to show, just because the original image cuts off at some point, you can, even if you're lacking artistic talent like me, you can actually enlarge it a little bit. I did this a few times and I think it kind of sort of works. Yes. But back to the topic at hand. Fixing this up. This is a, damn it. No, these are both strokes. That's a stroke as well. That's not a stroke. So we do main outline on the stroke color, and here on the fill color, main outline. Let's hide it, and yeah, we can see this is going to be shining armor. Not bad. Now for the least pleasant part, in my opinion, or at least the least pleasant part when it comes to the lines. That will be the eyes, the eyelids, not the eyebrows in this case. So it's not that bad since he's a guy, and so he doesn't have any eyelashes. Eyelashes on the female characters are always a pain in the ass. The more they have, the worse it gets. The princesses are especially annoying because not only do they have a gorillion eyelashes, they also have these stupid outline around their eyes, which, yeah, that can be a lot of work depending on the perspective. So, yeah. Princesses are a lot of work. That's why I'm not doing cadence today. Below the main layer, and that wasn't too bad. Let's do the other one. And yes, the edges of the eye here, are those eyelashes? Those aren't the eyelashes, these lids. Whatever, I'm not even sure what part of the eye this is supposed to be. Dang it. These black parts are always done, or at least I always do them with 3 points. 2 hidden under the main, and 1 for the smaller part here. Sometimes another one here for the smoothing, for the curve. Again, put this below the main. There we go. These are for all ponies black. Completely black. That's why I have black and white on my swatch here. Also the in-mouth, tongue and teeth outline colors are also identical for all ponies, so you can just use them. You can just use them for every pony. Yes. Just making sure that I haven't forgotten anything. No, flag that's hidden, legs complete. The butt, the chest. The chest is a bit not. Maybe if I change these two, they already are. Yeah, I think the chest here is a little bit on the I don't really like it. I think it's not very smooth. You know what? I will redraw this part. Yes, I'll redraw this part. Again, the wrong tool. No, it's the right tool. Just have it set to black. Again, green. And from here to, yes, set it to 30. It's important to try to have all your lines approximately the same thickness. For the most part, there are sometimes parts of the pony which have thinner outlines. It's mostly the things that are inside. You can see those aren't. Those are thinner. We also did them differently, but they are thinner. And some ponies have thinner outlines for their mane. Now in this case, no one has this. Maybe Spearhead here. Oh, here Spearhead's inner main lines. You can see they are a lot thinner than the outlines. So, but other than that, keep the lines consistently. Try to keep them consistently. So like this. Yes, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Let's have this one shortened. Perfect. Yes, that's good. That's good. Yes, we keep it like that. Change the color. And we're golden. We are golden, ladies and gentlemen. We actually did it. We have our outlines. So we do the color now. And we call the layer S color. We do this below the current. So for this is surprisingly easy actually, as we can actually use the fill tool to great effect. Or we can't because because our image isn't properly closed. Dang it. And we don't have to use the raster. We don't have to use the raster layer here. Let's see. Yeah, we can't use it here because it's not a closed thingy. But we're going to make it one. So the image is going to end about here. Amazing. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It's dreadful, but it works. So we have just a fill color, and we set our grow shrink here to about yeah, a bit less than our line thickness. Let's say 30. I think 30 will 20 rather here. So we hit click this, and bam, we have most of our stuff covered here. So now these are way too many nodes, and some of them are completely useless. So we remove this one, these ones, whatever. So actually, let's fill this completely up. So this is his main body. Now we do the hind legs. Oh, dreadful, that works. No spilling. Good, yes. Everything that spills is hidden behind the lines. Now you could have the color and lines on the same layer. I don't like to do that because then I have to, since I do the lines first, I would have to do all the lines would have to be would be below the color then, and so I would have to send them all manually back to another layer, not layer, different z-axis, and it's just annoying. And I'm an idiot, as I just realized. What am I doing? We go to this here, we copy this, go here, paste it in place, and for our copy, let's fix this layer so we don't actually work with this. We release the clip. Now we have this line here, we don't need it anymore. Now we have this here, let's hide the lines. Damn it. We have this here on our color layer, and we just give it a color, no stroke, and perfect. This is why you should close your paths and work with this, or not your paths, your regular Bezier lines, because you can't do that with paths. So I just realized that, yeah, the eyebrows are on the wrong layer again, but problem solved. And close this layer, we don't want to actually draw on this. So this one. What else has other colors? The ears are their own elements. I don't do this as a single continuous. Is this? Yes, it's right. Don't do this as a single continuous area of color, because sometimes, no, it's not in this picture, but sometimes we have the situation where, we have this in a situation where you have this, the horn is in front of the mane, but the rest of the body is behind it, and sometimes you have the same thing with the ears. So having them separate objects makes things easier to get things on the right position on the z-axis. Yeah. And now we go for the horn. I do the horn a different color so I know where it actually ends. Boop. Like this. And always make sure you fill up to the edges. You could use the, I didn't use the fill tool here because it would screw up with the inner lines. So fill tool is your friend, but not always. Sometimes it screws you over. So let's change this to his coat color, which according to my swatch is perfect white, by the way. So I could also just pick white. Now this is a bit annoying because we work with a white background. So we will change our background color. Important part, the last point here, the alpha is set to 0, 0. If you set it to any other value, you will actually export your raster images, your PNGs as, oh, that's dreadful. No, let's put, we will actually use a light pink. Yes. Yeah, you will actually export that as your background color, and you probably don't want it. You probably want a transparent background for your exported raster images, PNGs. So yeah, so we changed our working color here, so that way we can actually see where his colors end and where the background begins. Other than if we don't do this, shit like this can happen, and oh, you wouldn't even notice because it's the same color as the background. Dang it, now I can't get it inside again. Okay, I would use another one. Yes, now it's correct again. Yeah, it's not the best background color. It's actually downright awful. I have to make it more obtrusive. Okay, I'm doing green. Dark green, light green. Yeah, I think this is workable. I don't want to use something that's completely disgusting for the viewers and me, but yeah, kind of have to do it. And yeah, now you see that here's a little bit overlaid. So we fix this. Great. This is dreadful. I'm going to now coat back. I'm using coat back now for a second here, and yeah, we're done with this. So we're changing color back. That's awful. Yeah. I see color back is slightly blue tinged, and I'll leave it at that. I'll actually have them. Usually I would actually have to change this line here for the back leg, but I decided not to do this here because in the original he doesn't even have that changed. No, but no. Make this the regular code color, just like in the original image. We'll leave it at that. It's perfect white, yes. Okay. Yep. No, damn it, I have to change the background color again. No, I don't have to. No. I'm an idiot, just ignore me. We're doing the main is next. Now, what is the mostly used color of the main? It's the thing I call main light. Okay. Bap. And that was easy. It just works. I'm amazed. Yeah. By the way, the grow shrink that we select is so that it actually draws into the lines a bit. So we actually fill it out completely. And it sometimes doesn't, as you can see. You have to manually fix the pointy things sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, this one we have to fix a lot. I could also just delete the... Oh, that's dreadful. That's dreadful. We could also just delete the horn for a moment. So it would fill more, but let's not tinker around with the original image too much. The original image with the lines that we have already. Okay, don't do smooth lines here. Don't do smooth lines here. Seriously. Smooth lines on paint layer are more trouble than they're worth. Smooth nodes, rather. So here it's not perfectly connected. So, but now it is. Great. A single color. Now we get this to the top layer, top Z axis. Perfect. Like that. I at first intended to give this this part of the main its own color area, but no need for that. No need for that. Oh, and I realize I made a little mistake. Put this below again. Yeah, it seems I changed the Z-axis of that. Oh, whatever. Now, what else do we have? This part of the main. And again on the wrong layer, but luckily it was locked. This is complete. Yes, this too. Great. So, this is the base color. Oh, the hoof is missing. Do I have... No, I don't have a color for the hoof. Dang it. So, we do it like this. Yep. Oh, looks like crap. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it looks. We put it on the lowest Z-axis, so it's hidden behind the code color here. Again, activate the original layer, hide the visibility, and use our color picker. Yes, my swatch for Shining Armor isn't complete. I have to fix it, but I won't do that today because that will take time. Yeah, we are pretty close to being finished by now. What we still have to do is the gradients, not the gradients, the highlights in his mane and tail. For that, I prefer to start out with No, wait, we do this with fuchsia. I actually do some lines for the different colored ones. So here we have the dark part. Just like here, there. This, damn it. Thickness of 1. So what am I doing? I'm tracing this a bit. No, I'm tracing everything. Retracing my lines here, my line layer. And yeah, go along these lines. Slightly more curved up. Nope. Slightly more curved downward. That's fine. Yes, that's good for the dark one. So the main color. Again, no outline. And yeah, it looks fine. Once we put this in the foreground, of course. Ta-da! So yeah, that's nice. You can cheat a little bit here. That's not very clean, but who cares? No one can see it. Of course, if you want to make an edit where he is an earth pony or something like that, or if you want to use it as a base, well, if you want to use it as a base, you won't have color, so ignore that. But yeah, if you want to edit it like Shining Armor as an earth pony or whatever, then you would have to make it a bit cleaner. God damn it. But other than that, if you can hide little mistakes, then do it. And you don't have to do everything perfectly, because, well, there are a lot of things that people can't see because they're hidden by other things. So let's not make things more complicated than they have to be. Why are there 2 dots? God damn it. 2 nodes. A little bit more. Yes. That's good. That's good. Now I give this the highlight color. And again, hide the outline. And there we go. Does it actually look like that? Wait a second. No, it actually does. What? See, that looks weird here, but that's the way it looks. So that's the way we roll. If the original does it like that, it has to be correct. Well, that is what I say, because I can't really fix it. I notice something looks a bit weird, looks a bit off, but I have no idea how to fix it. Again, not an artist here. So, great. Now, another dark part. Oh, I think I have something selected. Oh, that's bad, that's bad. I selected something. Dang it. Ah, whatever. Oh, now we have to guesstimate again. Because, again with that. This is again 2 points, no, it's just 1. Because we have to estimate how it looks behind Spearhead's front hooves. In this case, I'm just doing a single smooth line, a smooth node. I think that should work for this. And here we are going kind of for the same thing. Go like this, smooth this out. Smooth line. Yes, hide the raster, show me the colors. Fix this. And that was the dark part. Yeah, that's kind of how we go. I guess it would look like this if we could actually see it. This part here is slightly hidden, so we have to guess how it looks. That is the most creative part of my of what I do here. Yes. So what else? This is a lot of work. And we have to do another really annoying part afterwards. We have to do the eyes. The eyes are a lot of work, actually. I don't like doing eyes because you have to do with gradients and all that jazz. That's not fun. But again, Shining is a stallion, so he doesn't have these. No, he doesn't have those glowy parts. See here these parts? This sheen in the eyes. Yeah, that's something that apparently only mares have. Well, mares and coals and fillies. Stallions don't have that for the most part. Well, that's a good thing, and I think I actually have that on Stratagem. Whoops. But then again, he is actually, well, a trace from the pony generator. Well, a modified trace from the pony generator, to be honest. But yeah, it's not like I could do this on my own. Yeah, who cares? Yeah. So yeah, another reason why I'm doing Shining Armor today. Stallions are a little bit easier to do than mares because of these, because of the simpler eyes, no eyelashes and no funky stuff in the pupil. Pupil? Yes, I think it's called pupil. The colored part of the eye. No, wait, that's the pupil was the black part. The iris? I'm always mixing up these terms. Dang it. There's a bit. And you will be. Yes. Yes, this looks okay. And now the dark stripe for the tail. And again, I'm trying to do it correctly down there, despite not going to export this. Ah well, maybe I will edit it later on. But I would need a second reference picture to check how exactly it would have to look. Because if I try to do it just based on what I think it should look like, oh dear, that doesn't work at all. We need more. We need more notes here. Put one here. Bit thicker. Put another note here. I don't care. One here. Bit more like this. Bit more like that. Yes. And a whole lot closer here. Yeah. I think that's fine. Let's see how it looks. Yes, I think if we do it this. You know what? I think that's okay. Let's compare it. Yeah. Well, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's a bit more accurate. Yeah, that's a bit more accurate. Again, it's not perfectly accurate, but that's not what I'm going for. It's pointless to try to recreate it perfectly. As long as it looks right, it's okay. So now Shining Armor and his special sclera bullshit. Yeah, he's one of the few ponies who doesn't have a white sclera because his coat is actually completely white. Yeah, I had some comments on one of my pictures already about that, and yeah, they probably changed his sclera to be slightly blue tinged because his coat is completely white, so they wanted a bit of contrast there. Yeah, usually you can use the circle or oval tool to create the eyes, and that's usually the better idea. I have no idea why I didn't do that. Maybe because I'm distracted, as I have to talk and listen to music and yes, all that jazz. Wait, is that okay? No, that's not okay. That's completely... that looks... What? Yeah, his sclera is really hard to discern. It doesn't make it easier. Is this like... No, this to be here and that. More an angle. You have to play around with the angles. And no, this doesn't work at all. Screw it. Screw it. Did I delete the right thing now? Yes, I think I did. Dang it. I actually do this by hand. I think that's easier in this situation because it's at a really odd angle, and yeah. The eyes aren't always perfect ovals. Sometimes a bit weird, especially with Shining Armor. I have this feeling that his eyes are sometimes a bit weirdly shaped, more round and less, more circle-ish and less oval. But it works like that. Yes, this works. Now, what most definitely is an oval is the colored part here. Forgot how it's called again. The iris. Yes, iris it's called. Dang it. Yeah, some people do the eyes on a separate layer, but I don't like doing that because they're often overlapped by the mane, and since the mane is on the same layer as all my colors, that doesn't work. Some people do use a truckload of layers for different things. I tend to not do that with vectors because, well, I don't think it's necessary. Inkscape allows you to pseudo layer the things anyway, so it's not really necessary. Dang it, will you fit? Damn it, fit, will you? There's a bit more here, and then I need this less high and less there and more kinda. The angle isn't right. Kinda. Yeah, this is. It's too high. This is annoying to do. No, it's the angle is wrong. The angle is completely wrong. Now, if we do it like this. Damn it! Why doesn't this work? Work, god damn it! And now I am moving the color, which I didn't want to. Can I make this a little bit more? Damn it! I just can't seem to get this right now. Maybe if I start again. Put it like this. Turn it like that. Oh, it looks a lot better. Yes. Yes. Little bit. Yes. We can work with that. It's a little bit too big, as you can see. It would reach outside the sclera, but there's a reason we have kept this like this. This like this, yes. Yes, there's a reason why we do this. Sometimes there's method to my madness. Not often though. Most of the times it's just madness. Yes. Yes, no, we will actually use the green outline here as a mask later on. Clip rather. So yeah, we'll be able to fix that. Also, by the way, I duplicated this one here to get the smaller one because they're pretty much at the same angle. Pretty much, not exactly, but it works. Great, great. Okay, the hard part is done for this eye. So we duplicate this. This is Control D. Now we have two of these. That was a mistake. Undo. So we first start with the sclera here and hide this. Now we duplicate. Again, make it like this so we can turn it into a whatchamacallit, into a clip later on. So we do this eye dark, whatever. So now we take these two, group them, select our green line here, and the group, and we set clip, and voila, there we go. That looks correct. That looks pretty correct. What does it? Yes, it does. It's kind of edgy at that point. No, not edgy. Pointed. So now let's just mark this thing here. And of course it's not this color. We'll change this. We do a gradient. Let's change the fill color to a linear gradient. The top will be dark, the bottom will be light. God damn it! And now the gradient starts at the dark color that we have picked first, and it ends at transparency, completely transparent, which we do not want. So we pick this, click the endpoint, and bam! There we go. We now have a gradient. Can also give this a nice name, so because we can reuse this. Call this shining eye, and it gives it a number for whatever reason. This number shows how often this one has been used in the image. So now we have a gradient, just like in the show. Let's see, is it exactly like in the show? Not exactly. I have to change this a little bit. The light part has to start earlier, and this here is the gradient tool, by the way. So if you maybe put it like this. Yes, that looks pretty similar. Yes, that looks similar. So we keep it like that. And now we do the light splotches here. Again, I start off with a different color so we can easier see it. Also, what I'm doing here is usually a circle or ellipse starts at the corner where you click, but if you hold Shift, then the point you clicked actually becomes the center for your circle or ellipse. Yes, just a little bit smaller here, a little bit wider there. Perfect. White. Duplicate. You see why I usually change the color. Makes it easier to discern what the heck you're even doing. There we go. Oh, that doesn't look too bad now, does it? I think it doesn't. But then again, my standards are probably not the highest. So let's do the other. No, that was the wrong thing to do. If you hold Control, you can only change it in certain interval, which is weird and not helpful for us in this situation. So let's see if we can actually make this work. Yes, this works. Or like this, maybe a little bit there. Perfect, this is way too large. It goes completely off the rails, but who cares? We'll use our, our mask later on, our clip, to fix that. Yes, this is outrageous. Oh, who cares? Give this an eye color, and just for shits and giggles, this is how the eye looks right now. This is exactly how the eye is supposed to look. Yes, I don't see any problems here. Oh dear Lord, dear Lord. Whatever. Group, set clip, problem solved. This one to the sclera. And yes, we're almost done. Whoops. So let's just add the little circles here. Lower, a little bit like this, bit larger. Yes. And again. Yes. So let's hide this. And we are pretty much done. Except for one thing. Yeah, here's a blank flank. That's not supposed to be. So we will have to add the cutie mark here. Since I'm too lazy to draw it, and since it's always the same, I have already prepared this. So cutie mark shining is here. Be imported. Yes. This is an SVG that I drew earlier, or traced earlier rather. So I can just make this a little bit. Have this smaller. Do like this to tinker with the perspective. It's like this. Yes. There's perspective shenanigans going on, and dear Lord, do I not understand perspective at all. Maybe I'll put it like this. Like that. Ah yes, like that is correct. I just tried to match the original as much as I can, but it never really works out. Yes, that's good, that's good. Yes, see, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think I'll leave it at that. No, I think kind of leave it like that, yeah. Except I will move that one star, left star, so we enter the group. This one as well. Yes. Now it's well, that looks pretty accurate to the original. Something's wrong. Oh, yes, of course, I'm only tinkering with this one. Have I left the group? Have I left the building? What is going on? Yes. Yes, you can see cutie mark now looks pretty much very similar to the original. I'm not sure if the color on that cutie mark is right. Well, it was right on my when I drew it, so I'll keep it at that. Yes. Let's hide the raster. So this is what we have now. Now we need to adjust the size. First we will resize it to content. Now this is of course a bit bad because, well, you can see it's not really drawn completely. So we have to make it a bit smaller. For that I tend to use an additional layer. Let's call it box. And the box will be where it's trapped everything. So I activated the handles to corner. That way the handle snapped to the corner, and we can easily keep this size because, well, left, right and top are already correct. It's only the overlapping parts are only at the bottom. So we make this about as big as the original image. Yes, approximately like this. That's a pixel more, who cares? A pixel more we can suffer. Now we mark the box layer, or we select the box. We do again resize page to content, but since we have selected something, it will resize the image to the selected part. So yeah, I also activated border on top of drawing and no shadow. So let's hide the box layer. That's not good. Shining. So And this is now our completed drawing of Shining Armor. Yes, I can actually remove this red line that I added for whatever reason. Yes, we don't need that. And it was just to close the colors. Yeah. And now we're done. Let's check with a different background color that we don't have overlapping colors. No? Yes, this actually works. And yeah, that's it. Now we just have to export it. That's Control, Shift and E. Here. Just like this. We do page, not drawing, because drawings should actually be something different. Yes, you can see now it has a higher height because it goes completely the entire drawing to the tip of the tail here, and then we would see that the hooves aren't complete and all that. We don't want that. So we pick a nice size. I go for like, let's say 6000 in width. Yeah, that's a nice size, I think. And let's export it. Candy Spear Shining. Let's have just Shining. And since this is not my first pick of Shining, it's called Shining A, whatever. Doesn't matter. Close for complete and export. Now we export our image. And we're done. So, I hope this wasn't a complete waste of time. And I hope that maybe you learned how to not make vectors. That's the way I roll. And yeah, now you also know what will be my next few pictures that I will upload to DeviantArt once I have actually done it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Stratagem, or Frown Factory if you so want. Thank you guys for watching, and see you some other time. Then most likely back to our regularly scheduled My Little Pony episode analysis and blind commentaries on stuff. See ya guys, and again, thanks for watching.